What's up, YouTube? Ooh, there we go. Okay, so this video is a little bit different. So one thing I get asked about a bit is my tattoos. So I thought I would just do a quick video about what I've got, why I've got it. So I'll start with my first ever tattoo I got on schoolies in Airlie Beach when I was 17. And I thought it was gonna like be the best idea ever. And I loved this design. It's half covered up, but first tattoo I got was this one on my side. I don't know if you guys, there you go. So see these butterflies? There's actually 3 more butterflies down into my lotus. So I got 6 butterflies up my side. So that was my first tattoo, and when I came home from schoolies, Mum thought that they were stick-on ones and that I was kind of messing with her, and then a week later lost her shit. So that was my first tattoo. My second tattoo, I think, was my cover-up on it. So there you go. So I'll jump back up again. So, which is my lotus flower, the shading through here, and my Om symbol. So I got those ones when I would have been 18, I think, when I got the rest of the side done. An apprentice actually did this one. So he's a full tattooist now, but he was an apprentice at the time. And you might have seen I've got some writing across my love handle. So it says "until death." You can see that one there. So one of my friends, he wanted to get matching tattoos for his 21st. So that was what he picked. So he actually has "until death" as like a whole big tramp stamp across his lower back. I might actually he's gonna hate me. I'll pop a picture in for you guys and I'll show you. So we got that together, so that was his 21st present. My next tattoo was a dream catcher. So I actually got a dream catcher down my thigh, which I've also covered up. So I'll pop a picture in and I'll show you what it looked like before I got it covered up, and then I'll get to my cover up next. The next tattoo I got was my back piece. So my back piece I got done in Thailand. So most of my big pieces I've all gone to Celebrity Ink in Phuket. They are amazing. So this is my back piece. It's hard to really see if I'm in frame. So my back piece is a tree of life in the center. That's a bit better. Man, this neighborhood beeps so much. I'm at Emma's house at the moment, but tree of life in the center with mandala around the outside. And who even has a horn like that? Control. Cheers, whack neighbors. What do I even do with that? Oh well, I'll just talk over them. So at the top, I had this piece done in Thailand also, and then it's got Tibetan writing down the bottom, which means good luck. So yes, I have. God, thank God they've stopped. So that is my back pieces. So as I said, I got those in Thailand at the same time. So that one took 9 hours. While I was getting that one tattooed, one of the other artists that were there was doing some portrait work on someone else, and I really liked his style. My next piece I was planning on getting was gonna be like an Indian chick and a wolf kind of thing on my thighs, and when I saw him working, I decided that I wanted him to do it. Figured I was already there. So I booked back in with him the next day, then sat there for like another 9 hours the next day. But I guess the upside of getting it done in Thailand is you can sit there and drink. So I don't bleed more when I drink. I know some people say that they do, but I personally don't. I've been intoxicated for most of my tattoos and I don't bleed much, so who knows. This is my Indian chick. Best way to do this. which is funny because she kind of looks like a Statue of Liberty when you cut off this bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, so that is my Indian gal. The next piece I got was in, oh actually I missed some. So this one is the chemical structure for serotonin. So that was just a random person that did it. So it's the most amazing, I suppose. And then I'll have to take my watch off. So when I was 18, I came to Brisbane with one of my friends to support her on a gay lesbian pride march she wanted to go in. And while we were here, she drew up this phoenix. It's not actually twisted, my wrist kind of twists. There we go. She drew up this phoenix and her and I both went and got that. So that one's actually a bit further back. In my tattoos, this heart rate monitor is actually really hard to put on because I had to cut the end of the strap off because the cat chewed it while I was sleeping. This one up here, this family one, so it's not really something I would normally get, but plot twist, my mother hated tattoos. She hated all of my tattoos and she like lectured about them a lot. The more I got, the more she lectured. And then one Christmas she was like, hey Amanda, want to get matching tattoos? So I was like, yes I do. You're gonna get one, then you can't lecture me anymore. So I told her that can be a Christmas present. I took her down and said, pick whatever you want. So she picked that and I was like, well, you were definitely going first because I'm not getting this and then you bail out. So she went first, and so my mum's got a little one on her wrist. I've got it up on my bicep. Pretty sure my little sister, once she hits 18, that's what she wants for 18th. So all us girls in the family are gonna be matching, which is a bit cute. That's that story behind that one. The next one I got, as I said, was in Bali, which was my sternum piece. So, oh, this is a bit hard. Whew, there we go. So my sternum piece is also mandala. I love mandala designs. I always have my whole life. And in the center, I have a goat skull. My goat skull is because I am a Capricorn. That is my star sign. And I am one of those people that believes in star signs. So I know a lot of people think they're stupid, and some of them are, like some people that say they can, not all astrology is accurate, but if you get a good source, I really believe in star signs. So that's why I got this one. And while I was there, I also got my wrist piece, which I love. He free-handed this one. He's probably the most talented tattoo artist I've ever been to. His name is Ricky, and he's at Two Guns Tattoo, Bali. And if you actually search them on YouTube, they've got a few videos on there, and there's actually a video of me on there getting some of these tattoos, which is kind of cool. Not my facial expression though, but it didn't tickle. It was a wee bit painful. I'm gonna jack this up a little bit. Okay, yeah, so that was my wrist tattoo. So the reason why I got my wrist tattoo is because I did have scars on my wrist, which I was self-conscious about, I suppose. I felt like, especially when you get your nails done, felt like people stared at them. I felt like a bit judged by them, I guess, because they were self-harm scars from when I was younger. So I really did want to cover them up so that I didn't have to look at them anymore. I don't need reminders, I guess, of my past like that. I know what I went through, so I don't need to look at a big reminder every day. And I don't like being made to feel uncomfortable, I guess, by people staring at them. So I really wanted to get that covered up. So I did with this one here. And what a lot of people don't know is I've actually got some hidden semicolons throughout the tattoo. There's another one around. Oh my God, it's hard to twist around this side. So the little semicolons, a lot of you are probably familiar with the little semicolon movement, which is a bit of suicide awareness campaign, because the semicolon obviously means like the sentence could finish, but it didn't. Your life could have ended, but it didn't. So yeah, I guess that one's really special to me. Some of the other pieces, obviously, I just love designs. I love tattoos. I think your body's a canvas and we should paint it. But there are some little bits and pieces that I've got on me that are really special, I suppose, to me. And the last tattoo, which was my thigh cover up, so I'll pop a before and after in, because they did a phenomenal job, and I feel like unless you see the two together, you totally can't appreciate how much they nailed the cover up. But this one is, again, like, I just love the designs. But I'll show you what it looks like in 1 second, because the neighbor's yelling again. Dog's gotten out and into the yard, but it's not our dog, so I'm not gonna worry. Yeah, as I said, I'll pop some comparisons below, but I'll show you guys this one. So it's really kind of hard to sort of twist but stay upright, so I might just shimmy over to her full-length mirror. Whew, like I've seen out of white chicks. Dear me. All right, so oh, I lie, I've got 2 more. Jeez, I forget the tattoos that I have, to be honest. Okay, final 2 is I have ankle, which actually was one of my ex-boyfriends buying a tattoo gun on eBay, and me saying that he could tattoo peace sign on my foot in exchange for me tattooing a smiley face on his foot, and he lucked out because the smiley face I did was really, really bad. And then when I was getting my back piece, I got them to add some design around the outside of it. And then the other one I have is a charm bracelet on my other foot. Ugh. So my charm bracelet, every country that I travel to, I add a different charm for the country. It's kind of, I guess, like collecting postcards, but permanent. So I'll show you guys what I've got. So, sorry, don't mind me sitting up here. Okay, so this anchor, that is for the Pacific Island cruise I went on. I've got an origami crane for Japan. I have a little elephant for Thailand, and then I have a beer for Germany. So I was there for Oktoberfest, so I got a little beer for that one. So that is all my tattoos. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and hearing about them. Pain-wise, okay, pain-wise, the most painful tattoo for me was my big thigh piece cover-up, because if you've seen in some of my other blogs, I've had a lot of like knee surgery on that leg, and they've actually cut a lot of my nerves. So the nerves that I still have left are like hypersensitive. I can't even wax that leg. So I knew it was gonna be painful. I did go in knowing that, and he did like the first line, and I was like, no, I can't do it. And he's like, yeah, you got this. And I'm like, how long is it gonna take? He's like, about 17 hours. I'm like, oh, matey, like. So it ended up taking 19 hours over 2 days, and I thought I was gonna go into shock. I kind of just laid there in the fetal position, trying not to cry, whilst looking over at the boyfriend getting his tattoo, napping. So I was like, crazy eyes. So that was really crap. It was really painful. And then coming back the next day, not only was it already really tender, but I knew exactly how painful it was gonna be. So walking back in there, I was like nearly bursting into tears. So it was definitely hands down the most painful. My back and my other thigh barely felt. Feet hurt. I'm so glad that the ones I have on my feet are small, because they were really, really painful. Arms, not so much. Sternum through the middle, didn't tickle. But I got them back to back, so my sternum piece took about 5.5 hours maybe? 5.5 hours, 6 hours. So they did that one and then went straight onto my wrist. So I was actually getting tattooed for 11 hours straight. So by the end of it, like, your pain threshold kind of wears down a little bit. So if I was to recommend to anyone else, I would say cap your sessions at 5 hours. Because after that, everything just feels so much worse, so much worse. So start off short. And like, actually the ribs didn't tickle either. They were probably just as painful as my sternum, I'd say. yeah. Having said that, like no tattoos feel amazing, like none tickle, except your eyelids. I've actually had there's another one. I've had my eyeliner tattooed on. Least painful tattoo, and I was so nervous that I got them to actually numb it, and it tickled, and I was struggling to sit still then because it was so ticklish. And when I had them touched up the second time, I was like, don't numb it because I can barely sit still. And the pain wasn't that bad. It just sort of swells a little bit the next day. But I actually need to get my eyeliner redone because you probably can't see, but it's all sort of faded off. And I really want to get my brows tattooed. So I'm in the market at the moment having a look around Brisbane Gold Coast area to try and find somewhere that will do, because obviously it's on your face. You don't really want that to get messed up. And some places are outrageously expensive. Like when you've had this many tattoos done and then they want you to pay like $500 for 4 little lines, it's kind of insulting, I guess. So I'm sort of shopping around at the moment, trying to find somewhere that I like.